Okay, what we're about to do, I'm going to go to Southend on Sea. Not for long, this is going to be a very quick raid because I want to go to a shop where I'm hoping to pick up some brass angle. Hoping, we'll see what happens. Now this isn't about sightseeing, but while we're at it we might as well, mightn't we? There's another big ship going up the river. And yeah, the tide is well and truly out. There we are. Now, where I live, I'm on the north bank of the River Thames, so that way is towards London, and that way into the sun is towards Southend. Short walk down to the railway station, quick trip on a train. Hopefully this is going to be a short raid. I don't actually like creeping about in Southend town centre. Too many people for me. Now from where I live to Southend is just 2 stops on the railway. And taking into account that it costs money to park your car here and the car parks are nowhere near the shop that I want to go to, it makes a lot more sense to catch the train. And I'm here just slightly before the shops are open, so this is the start of Southend High Street. Well, if you come from the station it is. Now down that way goes towards the pier. I don't know, we might take a stroll that way later on. But I'm going to go just a little way that way, and as you can see, in the middle of the street they've got a market going on. People getting ready for selling stuff. Now Southend has been a seaside town and a resort for quite a lot of years, and a lot of the shops go back to the day when there was money in retail and they built some fairly grand facades. And yeah, this is the old Burton's Tailors. The chap that gives us the expression the full Monty, you know, Montague Burton. You bought a complete suit from him, and I can't remember, 30 shillings or 50 shillings or something. I'm sure someone will correct me on that. But look at that grand building. And on the other side of the street is what's now a coffee shop. It wasn't built as a coffee shop, and I'm desperately trying to remember what the badge, what the coat of arms tells us about it. And I think that's the old Midland Bank, I think. Or is it the old London and Provincial? But this was built as a bank. And of course banking has changed, you know, we all stick a card in a hole in the wall and take our money out. And the old bank is now a coffee shop. Looks like the old Burton's shop could do with some tree fellas getting up there and cleaning the gutters out. But, you know, what a wonderful building. Now you can just look along the row of shops, but I guess there's a Vodafone and a O2 and a Ryman's in just about, and a Virgin and a McDonald's in just about every town in England. If we lift our eyes above the shop fronts, look at that wonderful sort of colonnaded, you know, flats over the shops. I don't know, what are they, sort of 1890s or possibly 1910s, something like that. But, you know, magnificent, aren't they? Now that's a pretty grand sort of looking piece of building, isn't it? And a parade of, oh, excuse me, frog in my throat. Parade of shops, and it's got a matching tower at the other end with a copper dome on it. And that's the entrance to what is now described as the University of Essex. Right, I'm going to carry on. I am going to take you down to the pier. We'll walk that way. If you listen carefully, you will hear seagulls in the background, just to remind us that this is Southend on Sea. It's all very jolly with the bunting out, isn't it? And of course it does look a lot better with the sunshine on it. When I was a child, I always wanted to go this way. My mum and dad always wanted to stop and look in the shops. I guess that's probably why I don't like Southend. All the excitement is down on the seafront and at the pier, and I was forced to drag around shops. There we are, that's life, I guess. And as we get to the Royals shopping centre, you start to really feel that this is, after all, Southend on Sea. There at the end of the road, there's the sea. Oh, and we got sweet shops and other such places. And if I walk slightly over this way, I suppose I ought to zoom in a bit. Too much street furniture, we'll wait on that one. But there is the famous pier. Now, when Southend was first becoming famous, there was all sorts of royals royals of all sorts, minor ones and major ones, would come here to catch the sea air. So rather pretentiously, this is the Royal Hotel. And if I just cross the road a little bit, then we can see what all the fuss is about. And there, in all its glory, is the pier. And if you so desire, there's all the fun of the fair and the beach and another hotel and shops, of course. And if we spin all the way round that way, there's more fairground attractions. Now, trying to defeat the wind, I'm shooting through glass, which probably means it's not going to be a very good picture. But that is the pier.